Brett Larson here for the Dreamcatcher podcast. Thanks for joining us. Today, my guest is Gary Soucie. So, welcome,
Correcto.
welcome, Gary. So, how are you doing today?
Well, it's a beautiful day.
It is awesome.
Nice Sunday afternoon in Fairfield, America.
Yep. Yeah, it's a good place to be. So we are actually in your business, Trailhead Tavern. So, a little bit about your background of yourself and the tavern,
Background. How much background do you want?
as much as you want to give. This is
I grew up in Fairfield as a
okay.
young kid. Well, all my life. I was born in Hastings
Okay.
and lived here uh, until high school. And after that, went to college at good old Kearney State.
Okay. Me too.
And, when I got out of there, I moved to California
Oh, really?
for about 6 years, and
Okay.
Phoenix for about five, and Vegas for one.
Vegas, cool.
I could never figure out gambling,
So
so
you're not supposed to. They
why
don't want you to
be
figure
why be in Vegas?
it out.
So
No.
then I moved back here. Got
Okay.
tired of the city and
I know what you mean there too.
decided that it's better to live where there are not four lanes of traffic.
Amen. In fact, my wife and I were talking about that today. I mean, I like small town anytime over the city. I don't mind visiting cities, but I don't want to live
Yeah,
there.
yeah, right now. I still get to, because of work,
Uh-huh.
other work, get to travel to cities, but
Okay.
so I enjoy that.
I enjoy going to cities. I just wouldn't want to do it
Yeah,
every
yeah.
day. So,
You can only take so much
uh,
of four lanes of traffic.
I get in.
So,
Oh, you can ask my wife. I get in not a very good mood.
yeah.
So I don't know how people deal with the traffic day in and day out. So okay, the tavern here, the Trailhead Tavern. How did that come about, and how long has it been open?
We this used to be a grocery store,
Okay,
and um, Rita Engel and Steve Engel owned it, were the last owners.
okay,
It had been a grocery store for probably, oh, 60 years.
uh huh,
And flies.
yes, I agree.
Um, it's summertime.
It is.
So we bought it from Rita just to kind of keep it open. Long story short, it 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 didn't have anywhere to sit down and eat lunch or whatever. And
Okay,
this part of the grocery store was not really utilized that much.
okay,
And so I came up with, let's put a little bar and some sit down tables where
okay.
people can sit down and have lunch if they want, because during the grocery uh, the day at the grocery store, we would have
Oh,
lunch.
oh, really? Okay,
Yeah, and people
okay,
come in and just, you know, sit down and
okay. Very
eat.
nice.
And then at night, if somebody wanted to have a cocktail, we would stay
Okay,
open.
do both.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
So how long did you do that? That way?
17 months, and
Okay.
then we closed. Uh, then we reopened, oh, April of 22, just this part.
Okay.
We're only open Thursdays, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday
Okay.
late afternoon to like 10, 11
And I can
o'clock.
see that'd be a great
Yeah,
time to be open for
yeah.
something like this. So, was this something I was asking the Dreamcatcher podcast when you were growing up? What was a dream? What did you think you were going to be when you were when you grew up? Did you want to be?
Oh man, that's the $10 million question. Like a lot of young people, still to this day, I'm sure, I didn't know what I wanted to
that
do.
was me too. Yeah.
I was kind of a sales kind of guy,
Yep.
and so
Yep.
I got into we owned the John Deere dealership outside of town here for
Okay.
lots of years, and my dad and his partners ended up uh, selling it about the time I was getting out of college, so there
Okay.
wasn't
Okay.
anything to do, and I had always worked there,
Okay.
and so when I got to LA, I got into the car business.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay, that's interesting.
and ended up as one of the managers of Dependable Dodge.
Is that okay? Okay.
So that's what I did, and then I got into computer software.
Okay.
Got into the dental business
Okay.
with practice management software and that kind of thing, and so I've kind of been a distributor
Okay.
for
Cool.
my career.
Okay.
Of I distribute dental products, it, mostly high tech dental products.
Okay. How do you get into something like that?
Um, I was not afraid of a keyboard.
Okay, that makes
In
sense.
high school, the my buddy Jimmy Engel and I think we're the only two guys in office practice at Sandy Creek.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
that was a woman's job,
Yeah. Yeah.
and we were there,
Yep.
and I could touch type, and so I'm like, I'm not afraid of a keyboard,
Right?
so getting on a computer was okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's easy, especially with the GUI interface when the Macintoshes came out and
Mm-hmm.
that sort of thing. I didn't
Yep.
really like DOS,
I'm
but to work
with you.
my first distribution agreement was with a company called Healthcare Communications in Lincoln, Nebraska, and it was
Okay.
on a Macintosh, and it was practice management, billing
Oh, really? Okay. Gotcha.
for chiropractic, medical, and dental.
Wow.
We're getting off.
But that's quite a bit though. So
Yeah, so
I mean,
then we started selling digital X-ray and
okay.
intraoral cameras and all that kind of
Okay.
stuff. And so the dental business, it can drive you to want to have a drink.
I bet. Well, and that leads us into your
So
here.
here we are.
So, this is an amazing place. The other day when I was here and did the podcast with your wife, you kind of gave me a tour and told me a little bit of background about this place.
Hmm.
So, how did you have a vision of what this was going to look like, or did it just kind of came together, or?
Well, it's it's kind of it's kind of a long story, but I'll shorten it as much as I can. The other side, all the shelving was really old,
Okay.
so um, we put in new, nice metal adjustable
Okay.
shelving, and then with uh, the bad thing about I have an industrial arts minor
Okay.
in college.
Okay.
Okay, so I adore woodwork and things.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm with you.
the old the old classic, wide woodwork around in the houses.
I am 100% with you. I
Yeah,
love that.
and it's just love.
Yep.
But this, no, there we go. This
Uh-huh.
wood is actually the old shelving.
Oh wow,
I
that's
could
cool.
not throw it away because
Nice.
it's got to be
Very.
old growth forest,
Yeah, naughty
knotty
pine. Very
pine.
nice. Yeah.
It's just beautiful. I couldn't throw it away, so I'm like, what am I got to do some of it. And so I'm like,
Cool.
well, we're going to incorporate it into the bar.
Yeah.
And so it lines the walls. And then we've got, I guess we'll show you the,
Yeah. And later on, we'll show
we'll
you
do
that.
a view.
Yeah, we're gonna show you later on in the podcast. We'll
There's,
show you everything up
the
close.
things there and the beams, the false beams and stuff. So I just started
Okay.
doing it and picking up pieces from all over the United States to get an old tavern look.
Yeah,
I'm
and
like, when
very
somebody comes in, I want them to feel like they're
you accomplished
in the Rocky Mountains, sort of,
very much.
you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's an old bar. It's been here forever, and
Yeah. I think you did very well. I mean, this looks like my kitchen because my kitchen is lined in exactly that.
yeah.
Yeah. My
And
house is 48.
you're an ex handyman.
I am. I
Guy
did that
too,
for 21 years.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I mean, you don't get that anymore. I mean, what you get for wood nowadays is
Yeah, it's not as character. It doesn't have the character that the old growth forest trees, had, or that's what I'm told anyway. But
so. How did you come about? How did you know what it was going to look like? Did it just evolve, or you knew the wall was going to be there and the beams with the, were did you or did you just
yeah,
wing it as you went along?
we were just kind of winging it. I mean, we knew that We had the green color for the walls on the
Okay.
other side,
Okay.
and we're just kind of matching up and colors and things, and it really takes a lot of time
Oh, I bet.
to kind of get it right,
Yep.
you know, or and I
Exactly
don't
the way
know
you
if
want.
this is right or what, but it all like blends pretty nicely and um looks old. Um,
Yeah, it looks really good.
so we just kept kind of building it, and the the booths over there, they came out of Taylor's Steakhouse in Hastings.
Which is cool.
Stuff would just come
Repurposed.
up
Yeah.
on the auction, and I'd like, that's old,
Yep.
and they're not, they're not terrible, like tore up or
No, they're
anything.
in great
They're
condition.
old,
They're
and
probably built well, and
yeah,
they've
they
lasted
are.
this well. So, I
So
mean,
we incorporated all that kind of stuff. I wanted to incorporate old oak tables, and
hmm
so we did that.
yes.
My buddy Don would go, that I was telling you about
Okay.
earlier.
Yes. Yes.
He went out to auctions. That
I
was
was just going to ask you where you got those.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
He would refinish them,
Oh, he did a nice
and
job.
yeah, he was a master craftsman,
Very
man.
nice. Because I thought
He
that
was
was the
great.
original finish picture on that one right in front of us. That's really is
No,
beautiful.
that's the Don's
No.
stuff.
So here at, do you have food that along with which you can?
We just, we started out making our own homemade pizza, but our lives got busier with
Yeah, I bet that'd be tough to.
a teenager in high school, going to football,
Oh yeah,
going to wrestling.
yeah, that
Uh,
would take a good share of your time. Yeah.
Rachel moved her shop back here,
Yep.
so she's busy and she's doing. So we just kind of
hmm
quit doing that. We're gonna get back to it.
Or okay,
Yeah,
I
because
and I.
it's just there's nothing like a homemade pizza. And
That's true. I
we would
100%.
freeze them and
Oh, that's cool.
wrap them, and then that way you don't have to have
Yeah.
somebody.
So they're basically
You
right
just pull them out,
ready and ready to cook.
20 minutes,
Yeah.
they're done, and they're
Okay.
tasty.
Yeah, that does sound
But
really good.
we do have just
Like burp. Okay.
brew pub pieces,
Okay.
and
Oh, you do. Okay.
yeah,
There's things you can eat
so
in there. So
we still do, and we're gonna do. My son is that kid can cook.
is it okay? That's cool.
He's so funny, and the other day he handed me his latest uh little experiment
Okay.
with a smash burger, and
Oh yeah.
I'm telling you, when we do Smash Burger Sunday,
Right.
you need to come.
Okay. I will. I
You
will make a note of
you
that.
gotta taste.
Okay. I will definitely do
It
that.
was. I'm like, I took one bite and I'm like, holy cow!
Oh.
I don't know. Part of it's his mother
Okay.
also. I
Okay.
mean, she makes the sour bread,
Oh, that's always good.
habanero, a little bit cheese, a little bit habanero,
Sounds really good.
peppers,
Oh,
and
wow.
oh my God, that was the and don't put ketchup on it.
I 100% agree with that
You
one
know
too.
what I mean? It's like you got to
Yeah,
try it without
ketchup
ketchup
would ruin it,
first.
I think. So, so does your son? I mean, does he want to be a chef or something, or does he just? It's
He's
just kind of a sideline that he likes
yeah,
to do.
we taught him young how to cook, and he
It's just, I
just
think it's good.
yeah, it's great. Kids should know how to cook. And
Yes.
I've told him, I said, you should get some of your buddies to come in here, and you guys, you
Yep.
wanna serve a hamburger on a Sunday, you can have the kitchen. You just got to clean it up,
Yeah.
and you can come
Right.
out and sell your hamburgers
There you go.
to patrons, and
Yep.
kind of have a little
Sounds like a
side
win-win.
job.
Yeah. That sounds
There aren't
good.
many jobs for kids,
No, that
but
is true.
nowadays anyway.
No, I mean, it just like well, it's small town, but there's even in big towns, there's not a lot of things that really kids can.
Right. Right.
So, so Fairfield Fairfield is where you grew up.
hmm
Okay. So where'd you meet your wife? Is she from here?
She's from here.
Okay.
Yep.
So if I'm asked, where'd you two meet?
Actually, we knew each other, and we were
Okay.
both
Okay.
going through
Okay.
divorce,
Okay.
and then
Just no life happens and okay.
yeah.
Okay. So
So
what else would you is if there's anything, what else would you like to do with your location here?
well, eventually, the building next door, I'm going to do a lot of work on this summer and try to
Okay.
get it into a position where I can move all my laser business
Oh,
into
over
there.
in that space.
And then
Okay.
we're going to open up the other side. We've got a pool table, um, and we'll open that hallway up and then open up the other side
Okay, perfect.
and expand it a little bit with a pool table
Yeah, that would be
or maybe
great.
two, and that way kids can have a little fun
I
or
think that's very good.
young adults. What?
So you play pool?
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah. We had a pool table and a shuffleboard table growing up.
Yes.
I have five brothers,
Oh wow. I
so
guess
we and
are they still around here then?
some yeah,
Okay, that's
yeah,
good.
most of them.
Okay. No, family, it's good because a lot of people never see their family because everybody goes their
Right,
separate
right.
way. So shuffleboard. I used to go down to Upland to a bar down there with my
Hmm.
grandparents lived there, and
Oh,
that was pretty awesome growing up there. So do you get many kids coming here, or do you? I mean, probably
not
not.
not real. Well, I mean, some some folks bring their younger kids in,
Right.
and we have little games for them to play in coloring books if they want. And
Okay. That's
we're
cool.
not a strictly adult
Okay.
sort of thing. I mean,
Okay. Because I know some bar,
I
you know,
love
they,
kids.
yeah.
I like to give them a
Kids.
bad time when they
Yeah,
come.
there you go. That sounds like a good deal. So no, that's awesome. So, and I need to. Last time when I was here talking to you, your mules. I mean,
Hmm.
all the ones you make there. How did that come about? Your Moscow mules.
Oh, that's a Rachel thing
Is
again.
the Rachel okay?
Yeah, she came up with a couple of her own little Moscow mules and lemon meringue
Good stuff.
pie
Unique.
mule, and
Okay.
we've got a
Okay.
whole list of
Okay.
I think 25
That's a few.
mules that we make.
Okay.
So we're semi um famous for
Okay.
mules
Yeah,
and
that's a good thing. Do you like Moscow mules? Do you like them?
yeah, yeah,
Okay, they're pretty good.
yeah. Jameson orange is
Well, I think
probably
that would be a pretty good one.
that's a
Yeah,
good one.
sounds really good.
I'm more of a uh, Bloody Mary guy.
Yeah,
I
Bloody
just
Marys are good.
I have my own mix that I make. So
Okay.
that's a popular one.
Yeah, I could see that. So how do you come up with any new drinks? I mean, evidently for all these Moscow mules, you must have. I mean, do you test them or how do you come up with
Um,
new ones?
yeah, we test them. Some of the gals that work as bartenders, that we you know what, Mark, you got to have fun. And
No, amen.
you
Yes,
got to have you got to do something different. You got to try things in
you
life.
do. Yes. Yeah.
And sometimes things don't taste so great, and
But you never know until you try it. Yeah.
someday, yeah, you'll
Yeah.
never know. I can guarantee you're not going to know if you don't try.
Yes. Yeah.
So, yeah, we try everything. We Manhattans, old
Oh man.
fashions.
Okay,
We
that's
do
good.
that kind of stuff too.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, bourbon and stuff like that.
mhm,
Whiskey. Okay.
yep,
Bourbon's good.
yep.
So no, I mean, so where do you? I mean, like your Moscow mules, where do you get all the contents for making all those? I mean, if you have that many flavors, do you just have a bunch of
Uh,
flavorings?
yeah,
Okay.
flavored vodka.
Flavored vodka. Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's all it's all
I didn't know they
100%
had
milk.
that many yet.
Oh
That's
yeah,
interesting.
there's
Okay.
I don't know. We've got watermelon, strawberry, raspberry,
Sounds very summery.
orange, lemon.
That sounds very summery. And I know last time you said you have like card tournaments here, pitch and stuff like that.
We do on occasion have a little pitch tournament once in a while. Karaoke.
Oh, really?
So
Do you sing?
bad,
That would
but
be
I
good.
sing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Uh,
I um my favorite song is the one that where you I don't even know the name of it, but maybe it's called Tequila.
oh yeah,
That
I do know
song.
that one. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, I know that one.
that's my song. It's
Okay.
like one lyric, and
uh,
you
and,
got to get ready
and
for the
well,
timing of
you
it,
do.
and
And
oh yeah,
with tequila, one word is good.
yep,
Do you like tequila?
well, yeah,
Uh, I like it, but I don't have too much. Like my wife calls it tequila.
yeah,
So, oh yeah, I've done that with yeah, I've done that with tequila.
yeah.
So in your, well, I don't know if you have any spare time. What do you like to do?
Spare time.
I was gonna say you probably don't have
I
any.
really don't have any. I used to hunt. Loved to hunt waterfowl and
Okay.
pheasants back, when we had pheasants.
Yeah, you don't see them
Um,
hardly at all anymore.
Fishing.
Okay.
As a kid, we went to Harlan County Dam
Okay.
every other weekend, and
Very good.
we were uh, we had so much fun.
Good.
Skiing, and,
Okay, you water ski?
all
Okay.
that kind of stuff. Fishing.
Okay. What kind of
Uh,
fish would you catch?
well, one of the funnest things was bow hunting with a string on an arrow and just whacking carp that are
Really? I've never heard of
30 cent.
that before. That's interesting.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
Okay. I
Yeah,
guess I would probably never do that because I can't
but
imagine I'd be very accurate on that
with a
one.
fishing pole,
Uh,
walleye and white bass,
okay.
basically.
Okay.
And then they have stripers out there.
Okay.
Also, we catch those once in a while.
Now, and so what happened to all the pheasants? Growing
Um,
up, I remember pheasants all the time.
Habitat. I mean, if you can't raise chicks, you're not going to have
Yeah.
pheasants. So
And now I just see
farming
turkeys.
techniques and things like
Okay.
that have attributed to a lot of it. And varmints, people used to trap a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and nobody traps anymore. So
Was that?
there's a lot of
So-
coons and
and
skunks and
that.
coyotes raiding the nest, and
Okay, that makes sense.
they pheasants were brought in from China.
They're not native to
They're
Nebraska
not
then. Okay.
native to
Okay.
the America.
Okay.
So
So how about turkeys? Because
turkeys are,
I have so
yeah,
many turkeys in my yard.
yeah.
The most I've had is 52. So,
Wow.
oh my gosh, they're pets. We had some the other day again. They are very, very, very tame.
So they don't end up on Thanksgiving.
Well, yeah, actually have a young man that comes and bow hunts, and he
Oh, okay.
smokes half of it and gives us the other half. And it
There you go.
really, I mean, he's awesome. And last time he brought us an apple pie, so I told him he could hunt anytime he wanted to. Yeah, turkey, that's good. But no, we have a walkout, and they are looking in there all the time. So I think they would come in if
uh,
I opened the door. Would not want
that's
it in the house, but
so you live on the river or
no, we
something?
don't.
No, it's in.
There's kind of a the beginning, very beginning of a creek, but
Oh,
it's like Highway 74 here, and it's just where it starts. So there's not much there, but
huh.
it gets going as a creek later
So they
down.
roam
Yeah,
out of the creek bottom.
no, they definitely they like our everything. Like we have a bobcat, we have all kinds of wildlife. So
That's cool.
yeah. So okay, in 5 years, say, what would you like this place to look like, or would you open another one any place, or
Oh no, no, I'm trying to quit working.
that's a good thing.
I
Yes.
mean, um, yeah, no,
So what would you like to do in retirement then?
go fishing,
That sounds like a good plan.
go fishing and travel around a little bit, and
Okay.
um,
Any particular place you want to travel?
probably travel to where my kids live. I've got kids spread out all
Oh,
over
do
the
you?
United
Okay.
States.
Okay.
My daughter Monique and Raphael are in the military in Italy,
Oh,
so
wow.
I'd
Italy's
like to
cool.
go over there.
Have you been there yet?
No,
We were, I think I told you the other day, we were in Italy, Southern Italy, 2023. So
yeah,
very
and
nice.
then I've got a son in the military, and him and his wife uh, live in North Carolina, and I've got
Okay.
a daughter and son-in-law in Manhattan, New York, and a
Wow.
daughter and a son-in-law in Phoenix, and a son in Phoenix, and
So what direction you go,
yeah,
you can go visit.
it's
Wow.
everywhere.
So anybody close by besides the one that's staying home cooking?
Luke,
Luke, is that the one that's the one that,
Luke,
okay.
that's it.
So how old is he?
He will be 16 on May 4th.
Okay, coming up on, so
Yeah,
he can drive then and
he's
all that
a
stuff. Or,
May the 4th be with you, baby.
okay, there you go. I like that. So does he know what he's going to do? Is he going to stay in the area?
He thinks that he wants to be a art teacher,
Okay.
and he has that artistic
Uh, yeah,
stuff that
I know what you mean.
like
My wife
like
has
his
that.
mom,
Yeah.
and then he likes to build things, so he's got kind of that engineering
I admire people that
thing.
can do that
Yeah,
because I couldn't if my life depended on doing that. It's
he'll
just,
he'll take cardboard and make a rocket out of it.
and make it look easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I definitely admire her. My wife's that way. She can do this and it looks great. And if no, you wouldn't want me. You would know I did it. That's for sure. So, but
Uh,
well, Gary, I think we're gonna have a second part to this podcast. We're gonna have you tell us about like the bar and everything you said about the
okay.
other day. I think we'll do that. Have Cheryl's gonna go around with remote camera and because that's pretty
Great.
interesting. Everything that you
Yeah, it
talked
is.
about the
It's
other
kind of
day.
it was fun. Some things you can't rush and things will fall into place, and that's kind of what to get everything in here. That's the
Mm-hmm.
the trail that it took was
Oh,
just kind of piece by
I
piece.
can't even imagine because there's a lot of pieces in here. So
Uh-huh.
and a lot of thought.
Fun
So
stuff.
so are you guys? So people can they find you? Are you on like Facebook or are you on social
Yeah,
media?
we're on Facebook,
Okay.
Trailhead Tavern,
Okay.
uh, on Facebook, and um, we actually have a website too, but
Yeah. Okay.
we don't do much with the
Okay.
website. It's just for presence basically, and show you the address and
Okay. I know what you mean.
kind of that stuff.
Just a
But
location thing.
we do
Okay.
a lot of posts, or Rachel does a lot of posts on Facebook.
So do you do any lives? Facebook lives?
No,
No.
nah,
Uh, I hear you on that one too. So
I have
no.
enough work to do.
That's true. You could do your own podcast here. You could have. I mean, you could have, uh,
I don't know.
like once a month. You can really get into the evening there. You could have
Yeah,
that could be a very interesting podcast episode.
some of the you mean like live for
Yeah, exactly.
Trailhead?
I did my first live the other day.
No,
So,
no. Some of the characters we would need hip waders,
which
and
that would be. I would tune in. I would definitely.
but in the same breath,
Uh,
there are some characters around here that are very historic and
that would be awesome.
can tell the story of
Yeah,
the town
Val. Yeah, I'd like
and
that too.
some of the events that have happened in the great Nebraska territory. And
That would
you
be
know,
awesome. I love
we
history.
fortunately live in a place where uh, there's not too many people, and we
No,
can enjoy life, I think.
yeah, I think we have a really high standard of living here.
Yeah, I
I
do.
think
I do too.
we still talk to each other for one thing. You
Right.
know, no, I've talked to people from California, and it's like you guys really are nice here, and it's like I guess I mean, which is the
But
way it is. I mean, we still talk to our neighbors and talk to
yeah,
and it's sad if they aren't doing that. So life's too short
right.
not to have interaction. Life's about connections.
When I was in Manhattan about a year and a half ago, and I just kind of I was standing of my outside of my daughter's
Hmm.
apartment,
Hmm.
40-story apartment,
Uh-huh.
and I don't know what, I was just kind of standing there, and
Right.
they have a doorman, and some people were walking in, and you say hi to them. And I
Yeah.
remember
I'm sure you
walking
probably.
down to the grocery store at the corner or something, and say hi to somebody, and they just walk by.
Yeah,
They don't even look at you.
no, they don't.
It's like, ooh,
Yeah, and that's terrible. I couldn't I definitely couldn't live in that environment.
yeah,
I got to have my connections. I got to be talking to people, and that's why I think I like Nebraska or the central part of the United States really well.
right,
I mean, I
right.
found other places where it's been pretty good, but Nebraska is a pretty awesome place, that's for sure.
Yeah,
So,
it is.
I mean, even if they do wonder why I live here, it's like, have you ever been here?
Yeah,
Because I get that a lot on this
right.
podcast, and it's like, it's a great place.
I get that question. Nebraska.
Yeah. You got a lot of corn and cattle there. It's like, well, that we do, but there's a lot more to it than
Yeah,
that.
one secret we got to keep, Mark, is
Uh-huh.
we can drive the speed limit. Don't tell any of them
Yeah.
that we can drive the speed limit,
Yeah.
because then they'll all move here.
Yeah, they will. I think they're already starting to move here anyway. You get more and more people that are saying they moved here, and it's like, yeah, this can be different.
How long does it take you to get to work? Well, it depends. If I walk,
Yeah.
it's 7 minutes and
Yep.
38 seconds.
Yep. Yeah, my commute. Uh, yeah, I'll take my commute anytime. I can be in Dominion in 10 minutes. I might have to watch for deer, but that's about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
No, it's a great way of life, that's for sure. So, but well, Gary, I think I'm going to end this part of the podcast right
All right.
now, unless there's anything else you want to add, and we'll come back and have a little bit of history about how this place came to be. So,
Well, just one thing.
yes.
You just let the public know there's no lying when you come in here, or tall tales.
No tall tales?
We prohibit that.
Okay.
No.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go with that then. So,
They do it anyway.
I bet they do. So, okay, thanks. Okay, welcome back to part two of podcast from the Trailhead Tavern in Fairfield, Nebraska. So, Gary, the other day when we were here, you told us about a lot of how you got all this put together.
Yeah. I, as I said earlier, the all the pine, the knotty pine on the walls and everything was the old grocery store shelving.
Okay.
So rather than throw it out, it's too beautiful to do that.
It is.
So we kept it and then incorporated it on the walls, and up above in the false.
Oh yeah, I hadn't even noticed that up there. Okay.
Yeah, those were all, that's all old pine. And then all the antlers there, that's about 50 years of hunting and from family members.
Really? Okay. So hunting what? What are those?
Deer.
Those are deer.
Deer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
Okay.
from my brother in Cambridge Farms, and they live right on the Republican. And this is just stuff they had in their
Okay.
shop, and
Very
it's
nice.
on loan
Okay.
only.
Alone. Okay.
My nephew,
Okay.
and he says I have to give it back to him, so I call it the traveling art show.
That worked.
So,
That's pretty awesome.
it really blends in. It makes
Yeah.
it Western and cool.
Very, very much.
Some of the other historic pieces that cigars and cigarettes
Oh yeah, that's really
that
cool.
came out of the old pharmacy next door called the Dynas Pharmacy in Fairfield, and that was cut down to that size out of the front window.
Okay. Okay. Very
And
nice.
the elk came from Meeker, Colorado.
Oh really? Meeker. We can have Meeker, don't we? Sure.
Yes, 254 yards he was on the run.
Wow. That's amazing.
It's a nice elk.
It is nice.
But there's way bigger ones than that.
Yeah, that's true.
So that window, a lady in town who were friends of mine, they had it, and she was moving to Sutton, and she says, Gary, I know you'll do something with this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you want it? And she tells me the history of it. And I go, why, of course.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. It's really
cool.
And part of that Dynas pharmacy, this piece over here,
Okay.
this is actually a soda bar.
That is
Like in the
Oh, yeah.
1800s,
Yeah,
they sit about that tall.
Okay.
I raised it up. There's actually oak claw feet under there, which is cool. So this was in the grocery store.
Okay.
And it had plywood nailed to the side and a shelf, and
Oh well, okay.
yeah, forever.
Okay.
And I'm like,
Okay.
well, I'm going to rescue that. And that's
Yeah.
going in.
Which is awesome. I'm glad you did. That's beautiful.
And so, and I was trying to kind of match it up. It's cross-cut oak,
Okay.
and that sort of thing. And then this
Yeah,
bar
so
came out of a hotel in Kokomo, Indiana.
okay.
And it's got a black onyx top. And the gentleman that was selling it,
That's really it. It's got
he
edges
said,
on it
he
too.
said there's just one thing. It was broken. We repaired it on the one end. And I said, well, that's perfect, because I'm looking for old look.
Yeah. You know what's it's got history, yes.
So,
And I mean that's beautiful with the etching on there too. Oh,
yeah.
my gosh.
And then I don't know, Santa Claus.
Uh-huh.
That's my mom's.
Oh,
And I'm leaving it in the bar.
I think that is so cool. I think that is very
So
cool.
we gotta have a little decoration.
Okay.
Then the back bar is probably the most interesting piece. This
That
thing
is gorgeous.
came out of the LaSalle Hotel
Okay.
in downtown Chicago,
Okay.
off of LaSalle Street.
Okay.
And it was actually in a church rectory
Really?
in North Chicago.
Okay.
And I found it on Craigslist, and I'm like, you know what? Tell me the history.
Yeah.
I ended up calling this lady on the phone, and her husband had passed away, and it was in the garage, and they wanted to get it out of the way. And
Heck yeah.
whatever. And before, I had been looking all over Craigslist for a bar.
Right.
All I was finding was, have you ever been in the Breckenridge or whatever, and you go into one of those and you see those big opulent.
Oh yes, I do know what
Those bars were actually most of those were made by Brunswick Company, who made
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know
way
they did
back
like
in the
that.
1800s and stuff.
Okay.
And they were a little out of my price range.
But they are
They were like
pricey.
$1,000.
Is that a wow?
I'm like, well, I probably won't put that in
Uh-huh.
Trailhead. So I was bypassing those, and I found this little 12-footer, I think it is,
It's
and
beautiful.
here's how she closed me. I said, "What's the history?" And so she tells me
Right,
the
right.
LaSalle Hotel, and it was tore down in 1976, I
Okay.
think. And if you get on the internet, you can see pictures of the LaSalle Hotel and all the
Check
opulence
that
that
out.
it did
Yeah.
have. And I'm guessing this was maybe one of the bars on it.
Sure.
It wasn't the main
Right. Right.
bar room or whatever. Anyway, I said, "So what's the history?" And she tells me, and then she closes me on
Uh-huh.
this was a sales. I don't know if she's a sales
Uh-huh.
person or not, but she closed me. She said, "Al Capone was served off of this back bar."
Wow.
Yep.
That's
And
pretty
I'm
close.
like, okay.
Yeah, I
Do
can
you
see
have
that.
any pictures?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
exactly.
she's like, well, no. But
Okay.
and then when a couple of my friends, we loaded up with a trailer and went to North Chicago to pick this thing up. And I remember her. I questioned her again.
Sure, I can see
And
that.
I think she was getting a little upset with me.
Uh-huh.
She shook her finger at me.
Uh-huh.
When an older lady shakes her finger at me,
That is true.
I think that's the truth. She's telling you the truth.
Yeah.
It's the truth. Al Capone was served off of this.
Uh-huh. That's cool.
And so here's the funny part.
Okay.
I mean, you think about it.
Uh-huh.
Finally figured out
Okay.
that it's true.
Okay.
You know why?
Why is that?
This was like 6 months ago. We're sitting here having a beer with some of my friends, and I said, you know what? Al Capone was served off of every back.
That is probably true.
Getting his protection money,
Yeah.
whatever, and paying, and they probably let him have a beer too, or
Probably true. Yeah, that is probably very true.
so anyway. But it's a cool ornate little.
It is a beautiful.
It's it's got the
Yeah, with the
stuff up
detail
here,
they've got up there.
It's got
With the
the Venus
tapestry.
head up there. It's really neat.
How do you move something like that? I would think they'd weigh a
Those are
ton.
2 pieces.
Oh, it's 2 pieces. Okay.
Yeah, it's in
Okay.
2 pieces. All the mirrors, the side mirrors and everything stayed.
Okay.
We uh gave it some really good padding and
Right,
stuff.
right.
The back mirror was not in there, so
Okay.
my cousin's son, Howard's class, and his
Okay.
George put that
Very
in.
nice. Did awesome.
And and Don made a couple of shelves so we could.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, you'd think they always were there. So very nice.
So that's an entry. Oh, and then I forgot. You see these beautiful cabinets here?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I I bought those at Menards and I saved 11%.
There you go. I love it. It's good you say. Oh, that is so cool. I love that.
So
No,
that's I don't know. That's kind of it. We serve popcorn and peanuts
okay.
on Sundays and popcorn during
Okay.
the weeks.
Okay. So you said earlier, what are your hours again? And what days are you on?
We typically open at 5 in the afternoon.
Okay. Okay.
During Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Okay.
Once in a while, if we can't find a bartender, we have to close.
I could see that too.
I travel and
Yeah.
sometimes I'm out of town, so I can't work.
Okay.
But and then on Sunday we're open 4 to kind of whenever.
Okay. Very good.
And we don't if there's not a few people any given night, we'll just close early or whatever.
And I can see that too. So okay. And
Fairfield's the Opera House is here.
yeah,
and
that's very awesome.
And Fairfield's kind of a destination restaurant
Community.
community.
Sure
And
is.
then we've got down south, just in Dewey's, another restaurant, which is so it's kind of fun. People drive to town and then they'll stop here for a drink and go eat there, or they go down to
progressive.
yeah.
No, I think that is great. And anybody who has never done that, that's Cheryl and I both, my wife and I both like to do that because the small towns have
Right.
It's not you don't find the stuff like you find most places, the chain style.
Right.
Right. So, but well, Gary, thank you for joining me on the Drink Catcher podcast. I knew I'd have a good time when I did. One of these days, I'm gonna have to come down here and I'm gonna have. I don't know what you all have, but probably
We'll have one special for you.
Okay, that sounds
hit the mark.
Okay, that sounds awesome. I will Look forward to that.
We'll let you know when Smash Burger.
Oh yeah, definitely. What you were saying with your son. So
Yeah.
that sounds very good. So thank you for joining us, and you take care.
All right. See you later.